Hi, so winter is almost upon us. Yes, CAT 2022 is just round the corner. Keeping this in mind, we know each and every one of you is really excited but is also looking for the last final push and the fillip that is going to add those extra 5, 10, 15 percentile to your final CAT score. Well, because of this, BYJU'S exam prep brings to you the last lap to CAT 2022 starting on the 17th of October all the way till the 20th of November. Yes, 4.5 intensive, in fact almost 5 intensive weeks of preparation. What more, the focus is predominantly going to be CAT, which means, as we know, time, speed, distance and time and work in totality have almost equal weightage or sometimes even more weightage than geometry. So can we go ahead and leave geometry and just focus on these two? Can we go ahead and leave entire theta para jumbles and still score a 99.99 percentile in verbal? Yes, we can. This and much more in terms of preparation, in terms of intensive questions that we're going to look at and the smartest way of going ahead and solving that. So catch us on the BYJU'S exam prep app, and in case you missed that, on YouTube. But go ahead, download the BYJU'S exam prep app and also get a 99 percentiles kit which is going to help you ace CAT 2022. See you soon.
Hello friends, a very good afternoon to all of you and welcome back once again on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. And today we'll be talking about what should be our preparation strategy in these last 30 odd days for IIFT examination. I understand that all of you must be preparing for CAT examination, and some of you will believe that starting preparation for IIFT will be a distraction for CAT or SNAP or any other examination that will come in front. But believe me, the strategy that I'm going to tell you today will not interfere in your preparation with any other examination, or I'll say that it will complement the preparation that you are doing for any other examination, including IIFT. All right. Now to start with, one very important piece of information about the registration date for IIFT is that the registration date has been extended. Earlier it was 14th of November, so the students who haven't applied for IIFT can now apply for IIFT examination up till 24th of November. So yes, the deadline has been extended. It was earlier 14th of November, now it has become 24th of November, and you can apply for this examination up till 5 p.m. on 24th of November. So hurry up, those who haven't applied it yet, please do apply. This is a second chance that is given to all of you. All right. Now friends, in this session, I'll definitely be talking about IIFT examination as a whole, the type of examination it is, the different campuses, the selection criteria of the stage 1 of selection procedure. Then I'll be talking about the pattern of IIFT examination, and definitely I'll throw some light on each and every section of IIFT and how and when you can start preparing for IIFT, like especially for this examination. All right, so we'll be talking about all these things. Now, I believe that there will be a set of students who might be confused as to whether we should be applying for this examination or not. Okay, so if in case any one of you have any kind of query, any kind of confusion related to this particular examination or college, please put forward your query. All right. Yes, Harsh, I'll be telling you about the source for IIFT GK. Don't worry at all. Okay, so during this session, I'll be throwing some light on each and everything, right? So during this session, if you have any kind of queries, you can post them in the chat box, or preferably try to post any query towards the end of the session, because it may happen that I may be covering a few things during this session, and I'll end up answering those queries. So we'll have a small Q&A round at the end of this session. Once again, I'll repeat that the last date for the application of IIFT has been extended. Earlier it was 14th of November. Now it is 24th of November up till 5 p.m. So all those who have not applied for IIFT examination up till now, they have a second chance to apply up till 24th November 5 p.m. Okay. Now let's start this session. Date of examination, Pragya, it is obviously 18th of December. So I'll be discussing each and everything. Some of you might think that the examination date will clash with the date of SNAP. but snap is conducted on 3 days. So yes, so it's totally up to you. You can take examination of snap on 2 days except 18th of December, and on 18th of December you can set your target for IIFT examination. All right, so let's begin with this session. Now, Indian Institute of Foreign Trade is one of the best MBA college in the country that offers MBA in international business. There are some other schools as well which offers MBA in international business, like SIIB, Symbiosis Institute of International Business, but the quality of this college, IFT, is way better than any other college that is offering this particular specialization in international business. Other than international business, definitely you'll find some normal subjects while studying in IFT. The subjects like finance, operations, marketing, human resource management, all these will be the part of your core or elective subjects, but your specialization will be international business. Now, by far, IFT can easily be put in top 10 or top 15 colleges of the country. Uh, and if I talk about the average pay packages or summer placements of IFT, then they are very handsome. So this is one of the colleges that you can set your dream as. You can set this college as your dream college. You can, yes, compare this college with some of the top IIMs as well. You can compare this college with MDI, SP Gen, IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay. So yes, IFT by far is one of the best B schools in the country that you can target. Now, IFT has 3 campuses. The oldest campus is New Delhi campus, which was established in year 1973. And after that, Kolkata campus, it has been more than 10 years for Kolkata campus. And then recently, they have launched a new campus called Kakinada campus. All right. Now, talking about the quality of all the 3 campuses, so during the initial years of Kolkata campus, even IFT used to tell that there is no difference at all in IFT Delhi or IFT Kolkata campus. Also, the placements for these colleges used to happen in alternate years in different campuses. So one year, the placement committee, the placement companies will come to the Delhi campus for the placements of Delhi and Kolkata campus combined, and the other year they will go to Kolkata campus. So the placements will used to happen in these campuses in the alternate years for both the colleges, for both the campuses together. All right. So as far as their quality is concerned, I am sure that IFT will offer a similar quality in all the 3 campuses, right? Now, this examination obviously is conducted once a year, and this year the date of the examination is 18th of December. Okay. Uh, Music Core is asking, sir, does IFT has MBA in IB only? So Music Core, I have just answered your query. It offers the specializations in finance, marketing, human resource management, and so on and so forth, right? So it depends on the combination of core and elective subjects that you are going to select during your studies in IFT, and that will decide your majors and minors. All right, but the degree that you'll be getting will be MBA in international business, which is a reputed degree and is considered by each and every company, each and every college for higher studies as well. Okay. Now continuing, let's talk about the structure or the paper pattern of IFT. Now, in this examination, like obviously this is a computer based test, all right, and the questions will be of MCQs type. Last year, I have seen 2 questions in GK which were of the form of match the columns, okay, but majority of the questions will be of MCQs type. There is a differential marking in this examination. That means there will be some questions which will carry a weightage of 1 mark. There might be some questions which will carry a weightage of 0.75 marks. So I'll explain you the entire pattern of IFT in a few moments. All right. So this is what we mean by differential marking. Different marks allocated to different type of questions. Now there is a standard negative marking. Negative marking will be of 1/3 of the marks that will be allocated to a particular question. So let's say if a question is of 1.5 marks, अगर 1.5 marks का question है, So 1/3 of 1.5 will be 0.5. You know the mathematics. Okay. So if you are getting 1.5 marks for a correct response in the same question, you will get minus 0.5 if your answer is incorrect. Similarly, if a question's weightage is +1, then -1/3 will be its negative weightage. And similarly, if it is 0.75, then minus 0.25. So 1/3 of the marks allocated to that particular question will be the negative marking. The sections, the areas from where you will find the questions are like basic sessions, which are basically tested in CAT, plus one another area from which the questions will be asked, that is general awareness. Okay, now quant, reading comprehension, verbal ability, logical reasoning, data interpretation, these are the 5 areas you will find in almost every examination. Here in IIFT, you will find general awareness as well. All right. Now 120 minutes will be given to you for the entire examination, and there is no sectional time limit. All right. So you can spend any amount of time, any number of minutes on any section. If you are strong in QA, you think that you want to spend more time in QA to maximize your score, you can do that. Again, on the other hand, there are some students who are strong, let's say in QA, they think that we'll spend minimum amount of time in QA, and since we are strong in QA, we can attempt more number of questions in less amount of time, and we will spend more time in the section in which we are weak. All right. So it depends on the strategy that you are playing with. So you need to make a proper strategy before the examination, way before the examination, during the mock test series of IIFT that you'll be taking on. All right. Now in CAT, we have sectional time limits. So the way we'll be attempting CAT examination, it will be totally different than the way we'll be attempting IIFT examination. I'll be talking about these things in my future sessions as well. All right. Now, one very important thing about IIFT is, one thing we have known that there are no sectional time limits if I talk about the time limits. But if I talk about the sectional cutoffs, so yes, we do have the same thing in IIFT. So all these 6 areas are divided in 4 sections, and each section will have a different sectional cutoff. So there will be sectional cutoffs as well as overall cutoffs that you will have to clear to get a call from IIFT. All right. So yes, we do have a sectional cutoff. Good afternoon, Saral sir. Good to see you in this session. Okay. Now moving ahead, talking about the paper pattern of IIFT for the last 2 or 3 years. Now, the last year we have seen 4 sections, like I told you, and the 6 areas are divided in these 4 sections. Section number 1 is of quantitative ability, as you can see here. Okay, so this is section number 1, having 25 questions from QA. It was of 3 marks per question, so total marks allotted was 75 and negative marking of -1. All right. Now for reading comprehension, it was 16 questions, and for verbal ability, it was 19 questions. All right. This was section 2. Section 3 was logical reasoning. There were 14 questions in logical reasoning and 16 questions in data interpretation. So section 3 was of logical reasoning and data interpretation. Finally, the section of general awareness, and the number of questions was 20. All right. So this was the entire paper pattern of IIFT. Right. I'll repeat, 25 questions in QA. The second section is of reading comprehension and verbal ability. Reading comprehension, there were 16 questions. There were 4 sets of 4 questions each. For verbal ability, there were 19 questions. I'll tell you how the breakup was for verbal ability as well. For logical reasoning, there were 14 questions in total, and for data interpretation, there were 16 questions. In data interpretation, there were 4 sets of 4 questions each. All right. So the total number of questions in the third section was 14 plus 16, that is 30. For general awareness, there were 20 questions. Overall, there were 110 questions in the entire examination, which needs to be finished in 120 minutes with no sectional time limit. All right. So this is the basic structure of IIFT. The marking scheme, the paper pattern, it may vary this year. Okay, so you don't have to stick with this particular paper pattern. It may vary a little bit in the coming year for all of you. All right. Now moving ahead and talking about the selection criteria for stage 1 of IIFT. Now after you have taken IIFT examination, all right, then whatever score that you will get, the weightage of that score will be 73%. All right, so 73% weightage will be given to IIFT score for the selection criteria. This is criteria for shortlisting the candidates for stage 1 or at IIFT examination. All right, so the scores weightage, IIFT scores weightage will be 75%. Marks obtained in class 10th, the weightage will be 10%. Marks obtained in 12th standard, weightage will be 10%, right? There will not be any weightage that will be given to your graduation score. For academic diversity, anyone who is non-engineer, that person will be given 5 points. And if you are from engineering background, you will not be given any points out of 5. So 5 points are for academic diversity. Non-engineers will get these 5 points and the engineers will not be able to get these points. Also, gender diversity, for males it is 0 and for females it is 2. All right, so gender diversity, the weightage is 2%, and if you are a female, you'll get the entire 2 marks, and if you're male, you'll not get anything out of it. All right, so this is how the total 100 points, or you can say 100% of the weightage, is divided among different parameters. All right, now you can check the same thing on the official website of IIFT as well. All right, fine. Now moving ahead and talking about each and every section, how it basically behaved in one of the years, in the last 2 or 3 years. So I've just taken an approximate breakup of the questions. It is not constant every year, so it's just to give you an idea about what type of questions IIFT has asked. All right. Now, obviously, the questions will come from all the areas in QA section. The areas are arithmetic, geometry, algebra, modern mathematics, and number systems. All right. So as far as syllabus is concerned, we can say that the syllabus for quantitative ability for both CAT and IIFT is exactly the same. Also, if I talk about the level of difficulty, so we can say that the level of difficulty of both these examinations, IIFT and CAT, both are at par with each other. So you will get a similar kind of difficulty level in IIFT as well as in CAT. Whereas in the examinations like SNAP or Narsi Munji, the level of difficulty of the questions is very low. But in IIFT, you'll find equally difficult questions, or I can say that the level of difficulty will be similar and it can be easily compared with the level of difficulty of CAT. So as far as QA section is concerned, you don't need to prepare anything extra for IIFT examination. That means the things that we are preparing for CAT, you can continue from there and you will be able to easily deal with the section of quantitative ability. All right, this is one very important thing. Okay, now if I'll move on to the next section, the next section was of reading comprehension and verbal ability. So there were two things that were covered here. Yes, Suyash, the third campus is operational. Last year, the admissions were done in the third campus of Kakinada. Okay. All right. Now talking about reading comprehension and verbal ability separately. So we have seen 16 questions from reading comprehension in one of the years. Okay. And these 16 questions were divided in 4 different reading comprehension passages of 4 questions each. All right. The word length, basically the length of these passages. So there were 2 passages which were approximately 700 to 800 words. And there were 2 passages whose length were around 500 or 550. The level of difficulty of the questions you can see in the last column. So in the first passage, 1 easy question, 2 medium question, 1 difficult question. In the second passage, 2 easy, 2 medium. In the third passage, all the 4 were from easy to medium. Same was the case for the fourth passage. All right. So if I talk about this entire section, If you are average or above average in reading comprehension, then out of 16, you'll be easily able to attempt 8 questions out of 16. All right. Now moving ahead and talking about verbal ability, from which there were 19 questions in total. So in RC and VA, that is second section, a total of 35 questions were there. 16 were from reading comprehension and 19 were from verbal ability. Again, I'm repeating that this particular breakup of the questions, it may vary this year, it may change this year. I'm just giving you an approximate idea what happened in one of the years in the last two. Okay, now the questions range from almost every area of verbal ability. So there were 3 questions on grammatically correct sentence. There were 2 questions on grammatically incorrect sentences. There were 2 questions on synonyms. There were 2 questions on match the synonyms. So overall, there were 4 questions on antonyms and synonyms. All right. So vocabulary, yes, it is also a part of IIFT examination. Root words, there were 4 questions. IIFT is famous. IIFT is renowned like in asking the questions based on root words. All right. So if you want to clear IIFT examination, if you want to score as much more as possible in IIFT examination, then in verbal ability, focus on root words as well, right? There were 3 questions on word substitution and 3 questions on parajumbles, all right? Okay, so this was the entire breakup of verbal ability section. Now, in this second section of reading comprehension and verbal ability, we have seen that there were 16 questions of reading comprehension, which is also a part of CAT examination, right? CAT examination, yes, we do find reading comprehensions, all right? In CAT, we do find questions on parajumbles, right? So apart from a few things like grammar, vocabulary, and root word, apart from these 3 or 4 areas, I can say that most of the areas will see in CAT as well. So again, for reading comprehension and verbal ability section, we can say that we can continue our preparation where we'll leave our preparation for CAT. So 27th of November, CAT will be over. So you can continue with the same kind of preparation for the next 20 days and you'll be absolutely prepared for IIFT examination. Okay, so in these 20 days, as far as BARC is concerned, you need to focus on grammar and vocabulary and root word kind of things. Okay, so these are the 2 important areas that you need to focus on once the CAT is over. Okay, so this should be your preparation strategy. Now Siddharth is asking, sir, but I'm skipping PNC for CAT, लेकिन वो IIFT के लिए तो करना पड़ेगा. Siddharth, permutation, combination, and probability. If you're talking about modern mathematics, so I can say that like it is an important area as far as both these examinations is concerned. We have seen less number of questions from modern maths in the last 2 or 3 years in CAT. But there have been instances when we have seen 4 or 5 questions coming from modern maths in CAT as well. ठीक है, तो ऐसा नहीं है कि आप सोच रहे हो कि IIFT के लिए तो PNC करना पड़ेगा तो CAT के लिए छोड़ देते हैं. नहीं, CAT के लिए भी वो इक्वली इंपॉर्टेंट है जितना इंपॉर्टेंट IIFT एग्जामिनेशन के लिए है. ओके, बिकॉज CAT में ऐसा कहीं नहीं लिखा है, like nowhere it is mentioned officially for the CAT examination that permutation, combination or modern mathematics is not an important area, right? So Siddharth, if you are an ambitious student, if you want to score as much more as possible, then I would recommend to leave as many less areas as possible. Okay, that will ensure that you can at least attempt some of the basic questions or some of the easy to moderate level questions of the areas that you are planning to leave. All right, okay. Now this was about RC and verbal ability. Let's move on to logical reasoning and data interpretation. Now I'll like to talk about data interpretation first. Now in CAT, we see very less number of questions on data interpretation, but in IIFT, yes, we have seen 16 questions from data interpretation. These questions were divided in 4 sets of 4 questions each. All right. Now, Most of these questions are from easy to medium level of difficulty. So out of 4 sets that we got, one set was difficult, one set was from medium to difficult, but other 2 sets entirely they were from easy to medium level of difficulty. All right. Also in data interpretation, we don't take a lot of time in deciding which of the sets we are going to do, which of the sets we need to attempt. All right. So it will be easy as far as selectivity is concerned in the questions of data interpretation. All right. So data interpretation, yes, IIFT puts more focus on this as compared to CAT. So these were 16 questions from logical reasoning and data interpretation. Sorry, from data interpretation only. Now logical reasoning, there were 14 questions that appeared. All right. Now the areas are starting from circular arrangements, linear arrangements, games and tournaments, Venn diagrams, arrangements, scheduling, coding, decoding, puzzles, blood relation, direction senses. So you need to prepare logical reasoning as a whole. When in CAT, you will rarely find, or I'll say that you will never find questions from coding, decoding, right? From completing the series, clocks, calendars, or direction senses, blood relations. CAT doesn't ask questions from these areas. But yes, for IIFT, you need to prepare all these areas. I can say that the areas in reasoning that you are going to prepare for Narsi Munji examination or SNAP examination will be similar the areas that you will prepare for IIFT examination. All right, but definitely the level of difficulty will be slightly high as compared to Narsi Munji and Symbiosis exam. All right, so this is about logical reasoning and data interpretation. You have been preparing for all these areas. Okay, now the last section, general awareness, in which all of us are very, very poor. We don't study general awareness at all. Okay, now general awareness, now almost from each and every area, the questions were asked or questions may be asked. So ranging from economics, economy, politics, international affairs, sports, authors, books, sports, and each and everything, major events, international organizations. So you can find questions from any of these areas in general awareness section. The only bad thing about general awareness is there is no fixed syllabus for this particular thing. And another bad thing is we don't focus, we don't care about this area. Okay, but for IIFT, yes, there is a sectional, there is a separate sectional cutoff for this section. So you need to clear that cutoff, then only you'll be able to get a call from IIFT. Otherwise, you will never get a call from IIFT if you'll not focus on this area. Okay. Now, at the beginning of this session, one of the students asked me what is the material that we can use to prepare for this particular area. Now, frankly, I've been suggesting all my students from the very first day, the students who have been preparing under me, I suggest all my students from the very first day to put focus on reading newspapers. All right. Now, reading skills can be improved by reading books, reading novels, or reading newspapers. We have lots of sources. We have plenty of sources to improve our reading skills. But if you are reading newspapers, especially newspapers, then you are working on your reading skills as well as you are improving on your general awareness. So एक तीर से दो शिकार हो जाते हैं, right? In reading skills improve हो रही है and हमारी general awareness भी improve हो रही है. Okay, but in the last 1 month, obviously, if you'll start reading the question, reading the newspaper from now onwards, and you'll read the newspaper for the next 30 days, definitely a question will not come from the general awareness of the next 30 days, right? So you need to work upon your general awareness. Let's say if you're starting now, so you need to work upon your general awareness starting from January 2022 up till you can say September or October 2022. At least ये वाला period तो cover करना ही है. If you can go even before January 2022, then it will be good. All right. So what you can do is, since you want to prepare for general awareness in these next 30 days, so what you can do is you can just pick up one magazine. Okay, It can be any magazine. It can be any magazine related to general awareness. There are so many magazines that are there in the market. One name that strikes in my mind is Pratyogita Darpan. Okay, and you can just purchase the editions of this particular magazine for like starting from January 2022 up till September 2022. Okay, now just go through these magazines, the 9 or 10 editions that you have. I'm not asking you to read the entire magazine. The magazine has some pages in which they will give you the highlights of the major events, major happenings in that particular month. So read those 5 or 6 pages, and then there is a page in which a quiz is covered. So you can take that quiz as well. Now, doing it for 9 to 10 months, doing it for the additions of 9 to 10 months will definitely enable you to at least clear the cutoff of GK section of IIFT. All right. So non-CAT can crack IIFT. Jay, I don't understand your question. Please elaborate it. Like, what are you trying to ask? Okay. So this was about general awareness section, and from each and every area you can expect a question on general awareness. I've also give you a proper way to prepare for general awareness. It's not just preparation for general awareness. It's basically clearing the cutoff of general awareness section in IIFT that matters. All right. So you need to put on good amount of labor. ऐसा नहीं है कि you are expecting that I'll give you 10 pages of general awareness, you will read that and you will clear the cutoff. No, it happens rarely. It happens with the people who are very lucky. But definitely we are never lucky when we take these examinations. Okay, so you need to work a little harder on general awareness section. All right. Now moving ahead, talking about the cutoffs of IIFT in the last 2 years. Okay, last 2 years ki cutoff. So I have mentioned the sectional cutoffs as well as the overall cutoff of the last few years. Okay, so these are the sectional cutoffs and the overall cutoffs. Now there is no need to put more focus, much focus on these things, because these cutoffs keeps on changing. These cutoffs keeps on varying year to year. All right, so just showing you these cutoffs, not staying on these slides for long. Okay, you can find these cutoffs on the internet as well, on the official website of IIFT as well. The important thing that we are going to do is putting more focus on the preparation strategy. Divya is asking, sir, how many questions should we answer to clear the cutoff in general awareness? Divya, for the papers in which we have negative marking, what I generally assume that whatever we know for sure, we should be marking only those answers. All right. So let's say if there are 20 questions of general knowledge and 1 mark given to every question. I'm just taking an example. Okay, this year, let's say there are 20 questions and every question carries a weightage of 1 mark. And the cutoff for GK section is 4 marks. Okay. So what you can do is, like obviously out of these 20 questions, if you know the answers of 8 questions, then definitely attempt all of them. Okay, but only attempt those questions for which you are sure that the answer is correct. If you are confused between 2 options, still you can go ahead and mark a fluke. Okay, but don't over attempt any particular section under a pressure of clearing the cutoff, be it a sectional cutoff or the overall cutoff. All right, so flukes बिल्कुल नहीं मारने हैं हमें इस examination में, because generally like I've seen that the flukes are generally wrong. Okay, so to clear this sectional cutoff of 4, you can attempt 5 to 6 questions safely if you think that you know the answers of these questions. Okay. All right. Now talking about the preparation strategy, as we have seen that entire QA, most of verbal ability and reading comprehension, and most of logical reasoning and data interpretation section are same as our preparation for CAT. So what you can do is you can carry on your preparation the way you are doing for CAT up till 27th of November. All right, so you can carry the preparation the same way up till 27th of November. No need to do anything extra as far as preparation for SNAP examination or IIFT examination is concerned. So up till 26th of November, or let's say 27th of November, you need to prepare for CAT only, because all the other examinations, they have 70 to 80% of the things common with CAT examination, right? Now, as soon as CAT is over, those students who are taking SNAP examination on 10th of December, all right, as well as IIFT examination on 18th of December. So what they can now do is they can start focusing on SNAP examination, right? Just be aware of the pattern of SNAP and take before 10th of December, take at least 5 mock papers of SNAP. All right. Now, when you are preparing for SNAP in these days after CAT examination, on daily basis, you can devote 1 hour towards general awareness. Okay, so up till 10th of December, you can devote 1 hour on general awareness, and you can carry along with your preparation for SNAP examination. Now, as soon as your SNAP examination is over, then immediately starting from 11th of December, start practicing mock IIFT examinations. So you can take mock IIFT examination on 11th December, 13th December, then 14, 15 and 16. So these are the 5 days on which you can take mock IIFT examination. Now in these 5 days, you'll be able to make a strategy to attempt IIFT examination, to deal with each and every section, to understand that how much time do we need to devote on each and every section. You need to keep some buffer time towards the end of the examination, that I'll be talking about after CAT examination, for the strategy to take IIFT examination. So yes, I'll be coming up with a lot of sessions in which I'll be discussing the strategy to take a particular examination also. All right. But as far as preparation strategy is concerned, I have given you a rough idea about how to plan the next 10 to 15 days. So up till 27th of December, no changes at all. Immediately after that, you need to devote 1 hour on general awareness every day, right? So starting 28th of November up till 18th of December, daily 1.5 hours should be spent on general awareness section. Rest other preparation will be as per your SNAP examination, and after SNAP, then as per your IIFT examination. Any student who is not taking SNAP examination on 10th of December, they may start with their IIFT preparation as soon as CAT exam is over. Okay, so they may start by taking 1 mock, right? Immediately after CAT, take 1 mock, understand the paper pattern of IIFT, and then give a gap of 4 or 5 days. Start preparation for IIFT, start bridging the gaps that you have, like you need to prepare vocabulary, you need to prepare grammar, you need to prepare some topics of reasoning as well, and you need to strengthen your data interpretation. So working for 4-5 days after CAT will enable you to understand all these extra areas. Then you can start taking mock on alternate days up till 14th or 15th of December. All right. So this is how you should be planning your strategy for IIFT examination. Definitely, once again, I'm repeating that I'll be coming up with separate sessions in which I'll be telling you how to basically attempt SNAP examination or IIFT examination. So you can wait for these sessions. I'll be coming up with these sessions at a proper time whenever it will be required to you. So if I tell you how to attempt IIFT today, then it will not help you right now. So I'll be coming up with these sessions once CAT examination is over. All right. So that is all from my side for the day. Some important piece of information are lying ahead in this session for all of you. Another 1 minute. So one very important thing that we are bringing for all of you is CAT 2022 8-hour non-stop marathon sessions on 21st and 22nd of November. So these sessions will be conducted on 21st and 22nd of November. It will be an 8-hour non-stop marathon. It will start at 11 a.m. in the morning and it will go up till 7 p.m., probably 8 p.m. in the evening, right? So please do catch us live on YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep for non-stop marathon sessions on 21st and 22nd of November. All right. the students who are not the subscriber of YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep, it's the right time to subscribe this channel to boost your CAT preparation. All right. Now, next thing is CAT 2022 detailed analysis on 27th of November. So yes, you can catch us live for the detailed analysis of each and every slot on the day of CAT, where we'll be telling you or talking about the section-wise analysis, the CAT score calculator, memory-based questions, expected cutoffs, and good number of attempts. So catch us live on 27th of December as well on the timings that is mentioned for each and every slot of CAT. Anyone who want to prepare for CAT 2023, we have already started many batches, many comprehensive programs for CAT 2023. So already there are a lot of batches which have been launched. You can be a part of any of these batches by joining the comprehensive program, the details for which are mentioned on your screen. Also, the test series that we have to offer for all of you for CAT as well as non-CAT examination. Now friends, this is the right time to join this test series if you are not a part of any of these test series. So yes, we'll be providing you with CAT mock papers. There will be 20 mock papers for CAT, and more importantly, there will be 50 non-CAT mock papers as well, which will include the mock papers for SNAP, IIFT, ZAT, Narsi Munji, TIS, and so on so forth. So please be a part of this test series. By today only, we'll be having a lot of things other than mock papers as well that will be a part of this test series. Also, we'll be continuing with Last Lap to CAT 2022 daily at 7 p.m. on YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. So this is the schedule of the upcoming sessions. So today is 15th of November. So you can have a look at all the sessions up till 20th of November from today. So you can catch us live on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep, and you can subscribe our channel so that you can be a part of our preparation journey for CAT and non-CAT examinations. That's all from my side, my dear friends. I hope that you would have gained some information from this session. Once again, at the end of this session, I must tell all of you that the last date for the application of IIFT examination has been extended. Earlier, the date was 14th of November. Now the date has been extended to 24th of November. So anyone who has not applied for IIFT examination still have 10 days left for the application. So make sure that you are going to apply it now, because the deadline is not going to extend beyond 24th of November. All the very best. Thank you for being a part of this session. We'll see you once again. Have a nice day.